75 days of yoga, and in this video I want to share with you some of the physical and mental results that I had as a result of doing 75 days of yoga. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I make videos about health, wellness, fitness, adventure, and all the things that I do to just evolve daily. So I had decided to do, back in April, I had decided I wanted to do the 75 hard challenge. And if you're not familiar with the 75 hard challenge, it is a 75-day challenge where you do a couple different things. Work out twice a day, a 45-minute workout each time. One workout has to be done outside. You drink a gallon of water a day, no alcohol. You commit to a diet, and then you read 10 pages of nonfiction per day. And I decided in April I wanted to do that challenge, but then a couple weeks into the challenge, I found out that there was going to be some time that I was not going to be able to work out. It was just some physical things going on and I was not going to be able to work out. So I had started it with the intent on doing the 75 hard challenge, and I was doing yoga every day. I started from day one, I was doing yoga every single day. So about 3 weeks into it, I decided to change it to a 75 days of yoga challenge, and just to get consistent and practicing yoga again and all of those things. So what I did is I posted a daily picture on social media, and it was really just a reflection of what I was feeling for the day, how my yoga practice went. Some days were better than others. And so I shared all that on social media. So if you go to my Instagram account, I'm just at Heather Monthie on Instagram, you can see all of my posts there. I think I missed 3 days, including the very first day. And they were just days that I had forgotten to post. And the first day was, I just didn't have this idea yet to post about this every single day on social media. So basically what I did was I practiced yoga every single day. So yoga is not just asana. It's not just actually like going to a yoga class and doing downward dogs and sun salutations and things like that. There are other areas of yoga. And what I chose to focus on for the 75 days of yoga challenge were 3 things. One is meditation, one was breath work, and then one was asana, and that's actually like going to a yoga class and practicing yoga. So I would say probably out of the 75 days, I would say at least 65 of them, I did a yoga class. So whether it was going to my yoga studio, or practicing yoga at home on my own, or doing a Peloton yoga class. And the other days were the days that I just couldn't physically work out or do any sort of movement. So those are days I really focused on meditation, quiet time, reflecting with my thoughts. Even if it was just 5 minutes, that's what I did. And then some days was breath work. So I have been starting to do a little bit more breath work, really just to help manage stress. I found that it works for me. So here, let me just go into some of the results, because we're starting to get into that. So some of the results that I saw with doing 75 days of yoga. So the first thing was that everybody is like really super interested in is that I ended up losing 13 pounds. I will say I don't think it was yoga itself that caused me to lose weight. I think what happened was that I had some inflammation. I have an injury. I was dealing with all that. I think I was retaining a lot of water. And I started making better choices. So I started tracking food because, like I said, as part of the 75 hard challenge, you have to commit to a diet. And the diet that I committed to was just tracking my food, because I needed to get back into that sort of routine again. And so I think with tracking my food, and then also thinking about, okay, I have yoga class at 4:30. I don't want to eat at 2 o'clock and just have this huge meal in my stomach, because when you're doing inversions and you're doing downward dogs and things like that, having food in your stomach is certainly not fun. So I ended up losing 13 pounds, and I really think it was because of the just tracking my food, and then just thinking about the timing of when I was eating, because I just didn't want to eat a huge meal right before yoga class. So that was one positive result. I am pretty tall. I'm 5'10", and I can go up and down 30 pounds before I even change pant sizes. So I really didn't see any changes there as far as going up and down a pant size or anything. But so I did have that scale weight change, which I know a lot of people say scale weight isn't important. I'm going to make a separate video about that because I have my own opinions about that. So whatever, we'll get into that. The other thing that I saw is that my resting heart rate started going down. And I do track my resting heart rate through my Fitbit. It is something that I have tracked for a very long time, like well over 20 years. I track it as a way to just see how my body is responding to stress. Am I overtraining? Am I tired? Do I need more rest? That kind of thing. And before Fitbits and all that kind of stuff were around, what I would do is I would take my heart rate, but when I first would wake up in the morning, before I would get up out of bed and go to the bathroom and that, I would take my resting heart rate that way. So that is something that I've been tracking for a long time. My resting heart rate went down, I don't know, about 7 or 8 beats per minute. It does fluctuate with my hormonal cycle, but the average went down about 5 to 7 beats per minute. So that kind of tells me that my body is just more relaxed. I'm managing stress a little bit better, and it's being reflected on some of my vitals. So that's the second thing I saw, was that my resting heart rate did go down. My third thing that I saw was, or that I felt, was really, I just didn't give any F's anymore about stupid stuff. There's a meme that's going around the internet, and it's of Keanu Reeves, and it says something to the effect of, I'm at a point in my life where if you want to say that 2 + 2 = 5, I'll be like, yeah, you're right, and let's just move on with our life. And so as a result of doing 75 days of yoga, I really was starting to get to that point where I was just like, you know what? This is little stuff. Like, I don't care. It's whatever. It could also be the point in my life that I'm at. I'm 47 years old, and some of this stuff just doesn't matter, and I don't care, and whatever. You're right. Yep, let's move on with our day. So that was another thing that I really noticed. I did decide to post about this on social media. I'm always hesitant to share goals, big goals with people, just because I feel like sometimes their comments and their opinions and stuff can derail you. But I was just like, whatever, because I don't give any F's anymore. I just started posting about it on social media. So I just shared, I would literally take a picture of my yoga mat and then just share what I was feeling for the day. That really helped me with consistency. And there were, like I said, I think I missed 3 days. And the first being the first day, and then 2 were like towards the end, where I was laying in bed and I'd be half asleep and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. So it really just helped me to feel a little bit more consistent again with doing something every single day. And like I said, I started tracking my food, so that really helped with the consistency there as well. So it was really just this lesson in, you want to do something every single day. Guess what? You're halfway to sleep in bed, and guess what? You got to go do it. So it really taught me a lot about consistency. These are just a couple of the things that I feel like the 75 days of yoga challenge did for me. I think it was a positive thing. I think that everybody should just pick something and do it for 75 days, whatever it is, whether it's like just stretching for 5 minutes, or if it's walking on the treadmill for 30 minutes, or whatever it is. I think it's a great amount of time. It's 2.5 months. It gets you in the groove of doing things again. One of my friends suggested that I start a sort of 75 days of whatever challenge. And so I'm going to be working on that. So those of you that might be interested in joining that, and it's literally just you pick your thing and then do it for 75 days. That really helps with consistency. And I think when we're talking about fitness and health and wellness and achieving goals and that kind of thing, especially at this point in life, or in your 40s, your 50s, wherever you are, it's not about being perfect. It's certainly not about being perfect. It's about just being consistent and showing up and doing the thing, no matter how little it is. Anyways, so those are the couple things that I got out of doing yoga for 75 days. Let me know in the comments what you want to do for 75 days, whether it's doing yoga, walking on a treadmill, lifting weights, just some sort of movement that you want to do every single day. So let me know. Talk to you soon.